You are now entering the realm of white hot business. This is where we get real about why what happens in the bedroom and your body is a reflection of your business confidence and visibility. I'm your host, sexologist and business mentor Lauren White, and I'll guide you to become the sovereign, magnetic, and sensual woman that's available for more success and satisfaction. Access all areas. It's time to transform your business from lukewarm to white hot. I am the speaker, the writer, orator, and visionary that commands presence, the one that knows when to express and when to pause, the one that markets in a way that is totally turned on and truth infused. I only speak for myself. Every time I speak in my business, my voice doesn't waver because turn on is at the center of my message. What you've just heard is a glimpse into the way that I own my speaking skills. And today we are going to make your own version of that your reality. I am your host, Lauren White, and I want you to consider this episode a crash course in how to never have your voice waver. Never again. When what turns you on is at the center of everything you speak in your business, you create a feedback loop to your throat that it can stand firm in its truth. No one can debate the truth about what turns you on or off. It's your truth. And what's so liberating about the truth is the fact that it is only ever the truth at this moment. As long as you are asking yourself the hard question every moment, as I am about to speak, am I speaking my truth? And answering in line with that truth, you are in turn on. I'm already in overflow with this episode because speaking with power, authority, pleasure, and magnetism is my jam. It turns me on. But first, a cold hard truth. Sorry, this is like plunging into an ice bath after we just got right hot. If you have a business, you have to speak. In this era, it isn't enough to just speak in an ordinary way though, because you're not ordinary. You need to be an engaging speaker. You need to be a confident speaker. You need to be a magnetic speaker. Magnetic speaking is as much about what you say and how you say it. It invites you into a new level of congruence that says, I am the thing. I am hot shit. No one can resist this. I hope I made you laugh. I see too many women speaking from their heads in order to please their audience rather than speaking from their turn on. They are saying exactly what they think that they should say and how they think they should say it, and this means that the message is only half heard. In a white hot business, we don't want half heard. We want full baked, completely heard, 101% activation. Can you feel it? Today is the day that you become the confident and magnetic speaker. Before I am giving you a lot in this episode, I'm like, ooh, bam, 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 bam. Before I go there, before I delve deep, I want you to know I was not always a confident and magnetic speaker. So before you go, it's okay for her. That just comes naturally. Ba-bow. Wrong assumption. I distinctly remember being the girl that held her throat whenever attention came on me, a video camera, like remember video cameras, an old school video camera, a still camera, an SLR, anything, I would just immediately clam up. I was so awkward. And I remember I had this pose that was like crossing my arm, not crossing my arms across my belly, but putting my arms down in like a V shape in front of my torso as like this self-protection. And my neck would kind of gently arch back and my chin would come down. It was that completely obvious version of self-protection and it not being safe to express. And that went on for years. There are phases of my adolescence where I don't have photos because I destroyed them. I was completely uncomfortable in that fullest expression. And I distinctly remember in high school, I wanted to get 10 out of 10 for my prepared speech that I gave in English class. And I think I got a 6.5. And I was devastated. I was deflated. I let that tell me that I wasn't cut out for it. And I knew I wasn't couldn't be compared to some of the best speakers in the school, but I also knew intuitively that I had passion for the subject. I tried again the next year in English in year 8, but I have a sneaky sense that my niche topic choices, first time being pugs, second time being OCD, because I was fascinated with mental health, may not have allowed me to truly connect with my private high school audience. Yep, I don't think they cared for pugs or for mental health issues back in the 90s, but I was enraptured with both topics. Now, this is what is so funny. Being niche and being myself has changed the game for my speaking gigs. Not only do I get paid speaking gigs, but I sell from my speaking gigs and client attraction. It is one of my top 3 sources of client attraction. So if you are not speaking in your business, you are missing out on being seen as the authority. You're missing out on having new clients easily and easily come into your world. You don't have to dance on TikTok or post reel after reel. It can be as simple as you've spoken on stage, someone approaches you, you get their number and you start a conversation. So how important is this? This is vital. You need to get speaking in your business, but you need to be a powerful, confident, and magnetic speaker. There were several things that amplified my ownership as a speaker. Like, I'm so comfortable to have that in my bio. And you're going to be astounded at what the number one thing is. Speaking amplified my ownership of being a speaker. I'm being facetious. But it astounds me how many people want to be a paid speaker or get these incredible gigs and not speak as a pillar of their business. You have freely available tools to become a better speaker. You have them right now as apps in your phone. If you are not getting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and doing lives or recording videos on your phone and uploading them somewhere, if you're not doing audios as a part of your work and just getting used to speaking, you are missing out. You are missing out. You have to work that muscle. The only way to become a better speaker is to keep speaking. You have to speak over and over and over again, and you have to watch yourself speak and hear yourself speak in order to get the feedback loop going and to go, ugh, cringe moment. Wish I didn't do that. Ooh, that was nice. Where did that come from? Be open to magic when you start speaking, and be open to deepening your understanding of your own topic through speaking. This is what blows my mind. Sometimes I don't know what I know. And look, we all don't know what we actually know. but start speaking to your topic and you go, oh, wow, it was like a vision board, a collage. It just came together when I went on this topic and I referenced this and I went there and I went that. And you can always get better with time. The point is that you start and you start speaking. When I started speaking with sovereignty as my anchor, it was I belong to me, only I know this is my jam, this is my niche, this is my authority. I could invite my magnetism and sensuality in to come and play when I got on stage or when I was on a podcast. And I started attracting offers, opportunities, and clients. So how important is this to growing your business? It is imperative. And I see you doing some of the things that need to be released from your operating system, released from your throat, so that you can up the magnetism. The throat is inextricably connected to magnetism. But you can't be magnetic if your throat is bogged down and burdened with these ways of speaking and energies that say, it's not safe for me, it's only safe for other women, I'm not meant to be a speaker, I'm not meant to be the expressive one, I'm not confident, I'm an introvert, blah, 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 blah. None of those things are true. None of them. You have a story, you have a voice, use it. And use it in speaking, and it makes you a better writer. And write more and you become a better speaker. Do both. Both. We want and yearn for your fullest expression. And you need to let go of some of these things. Stop speaking and writing as though there's exclamation marks at the end of what you're saying to sound upbeat. You don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. Please don't do that. We have left behind the era of needing to convince that we are friendly through being upbeat in the way that we speak. And saying like, and like drawing out what we say. You don't need to speak like that. Just speak. You don't have to be really high and you don't have to be super low. You're not competing with men. Beautifully in the middle. You're also using way too many words to convey one message. When you speak, treat your audience like the intelligent people that they are. Convey the why and the importance, but use repetition and different ways of describing and explaining it sparingly. You don't need to over-explain concepts and talk to people like they're idiots. Talk to them like they are really smart because you're really smart. So your level of intellect in your business should be meeting your client's level of intellect in understanding what you do and grasping what you do. When you speak, you don't need to justify what you're doing and why. You don't need to explain. You can just be on that stage in your essence, in your turn on, climaxing because everyone's feeling the lift that you provide, and you don't need to explain what you're doing and why. Take them on a ride. Take them on a journey. And God, don't conceal the good bits of your story. Share your story. Share the meaty bits. You don't have to share all of it, but make a public version of your story and what drives you. Don't conceal. Speak to us as the intelligent creatures that we are and let us into your world and your business and your why. Speak with passion. I'm already blending what you're meant to be releasing with what you can be doing. Welcome to my Willy Wonka world. I can't just speak about one thing. I already need to get into the next thing. There are so many ways that you can be more magnetic, and I'm sharing a lot here because it's what I'm about to share to you that gets me speaking gigs, but I want to put a major asterisk on this. This is not about being a carbon copy of what I do. This is about seeing it as like a selection, a buffet that you can choose what you want and make it your own. Please make it your own. We don't need copycats out there in the world. We need individual, differentiated expression. So when I do a speaking gig, podcast, live, on stage, anything at all, paid, not paid, I am always feeling into the truth that I've been selected because I know more about this topic than anyone in the room, than anyone listening. I am the authority. I know this in and out. I live and breathe it. No one else thinks about this stuff at 10:42 p.m. or at 6:43 a.m. No one else. So I know the most. I trust my knowledge base. I've spoken to my knowledge base and I'll keep speaking to it, and it's ever evolving. But at this point in time, I know what I know, and I know the most in the room. So that confidence piece comes in before you speak. Your pep talk needs to be handcrafted to get you in the zone. When I am up on that stage, I am using my body congruently with the topic at hand. People get bored in speaking gigs because there's no movement. If you are up at a lectern with a PowerPoint presentation, people will check out at 18 minutes. If you're lucky, that's a pretty long time. If you move congruently, you're not going to make people dizzy. If you move congruently with your topic, if you dare to step out from the lectern, you will find a higher level of engagement with your audience. So you need to be the embodiment of your topic first. Don't you dare skip that step and go out on stage and go, this is me, la la la, I'm going to put it on. You are the living embodiment of your topic, and you know how to use your body to convey the salient points with that area of expertise. So you need to do the groundwork first. You need to know your topic so well, you don't need notes. This is what a climactic woman does. She knows her topic so well, she doesn't need notes. She can speak from the heart. She has scaffolding, yes. She's got a structure, but she's not clawing onto that structure with an iron grip. You should know your topic in and out. I got triggered when I heard that in 2018. I was a successful applicant to do a TED-style talk at Women's Health and Fitness Conference down in Melbourne. And when one of the trainers said that, I just recoiled. I was like, fuck off. I was like, no way, no. And turns out she was right. I trained over 6 months to deliver a 15-minute presentation, which I essentially recited. Now, I would never do that now, but at the time that was a major learning edge, because we looked at my talk and combed over it and improved it and noticed what points to emphasize and all the rest of it. But I'm with her. You should know your topic in and out. You should be able to speak off the cuff with some gentle prompts, if any. So take that as you will. Hold the vision for it if you're not there yet. But I can't speak highly enough for the freedom of being confident and magnetic in what you say, giving you the ultimate permission slip and just feeling so free and so in your power and pleasure on that stage. Cannot emphasize it enough. That is the only way that I'll do my presentations now. And they activate people. You get all eyes on you. Oh, I may be making some of you recoil right now, but this is what you need to move towards, and this will give you a white hot business. So something that I just touched on that I'll expand upon is I was trained to emphasize the right points, to know when to change my wording, the cadence, and simply pause. Learn to pause. Learn to hold a pause to the point that it is uncomfortable. And everyone's wondering, what happens next? What's going on? Be brazen enough to do that, and you will be able to hear a pin drop in the room. I guarantee it works like a charm. Use a long one sparingly, or use it when you need to regroup. I've had moments where I needed to regroup. I use a really long pause, and I'm really conscious about the way I'm moving my body across the stage and where my eyes are. And I'm essentially tapping into what feels like the next salient point to make. And I can't tell you what it's like to look back out when you've emerged from that pause and people are just waiting. Pauses are powerful. And you trying to fill the space with but is a dilution of your power. But, those little micro sounds need to be subtracted to increase the power on how you speak. Embrace the full stop. Embrace the pause. You don't need I also want you to be mindful of the variety that's available in your voice. You have a whole range that is currently untapped. And I want you to notice as I speak how I'm not just saying everything in a monotone way and trying to people please you, but like sounding friendly. I am using the whole range of my voice that's available to me at this moment in time. I'm going up and down, and all around and loud and soft because I want to keep your attention. Variety will sustain attention. Use it. Start playing with your voice and augmenting it in different ways. Stop reading off the page and say, if there's one thing I could talk about for 20 minutes straight, it's this. Start with that topic. Start there, observe, record it, record video and audio. Observe your own cadence, pitch, volume, conviction. We need to believe you that it's imperative that we listen to you because this topic requires our attention. When I go and speak to women in business and entrepreneurship about why their turn on is important, about how power and pleasure should be ruling their business, they walk out of there forever changed. They have successfully gone on a fucking ride into having their heart race a little bit faster for what turns them on. Before, their heart was racing with anxiety and worry and, I'm scared. And then afterwards, they walk out of there going, fuck, what can I do to be in my power and my pleasure? Because by God, that felt good. Better than good. You need to be turned on in order to turn your audience on. So don't copy the way that someone else speaks. The business world does not need a multiplication of cardboard cutouts. We need you. We need your individuality. That's a sexologist in me coming out. Your individuality. Yes, we need that. Let's make that a thing. I love a good Freudian slip. And I must talk about Freud on another episode. But take your individuality, take your strengths and make it your own. Your throat is a muscle that needs active motion, speaking, expression, and conditioning in the right ways. And it just gets easy. I know without a shadow of a doubt I could be on the world's biggest stage tomorrow night, dolled up in the way that I want to express myself that feels congruent for the topic and the event. And I know that I could deliver a really powerful keynote from my heart, from my pussy and my posse and my individuality. I know that I could. Because I've practiced and practiced and practiced, and I started a podcast, and I do Instagram lives, I speak in Instagram stories, and I ask people for speaking gigs, and I still ask people to be on their podcasts. Stop waiting to be approached and start asking, hey, you're doing this thing. Can I come? Can I speak? Can I MC? Just in 2023, I asked to MC something. That's how I got the gig. I asked, hey, you've got this thing. Do you have an MC yet? Would you consider me? Got the job. Got the gig. Nailed it. Like, great. It's great for authority. It's great for confidence. You need to ask. You need to ask people maybe to get on a live with you if you don't have a podcast yet. You need to ask to be on people's podcasts, and you just need to keep going and keep asking. Stop thinking that women who are good at speaking are just always getting approached, and start learning the truth that a lot of it's about who we have taken a leap to connect with and who we are sustaining relationships and connections to, who we are buying from. Start thinking bigger. You don't just get into people's worlds by accident. It's very conscious. It's very intentional, and you maintain good relationships with people, and that will position you to either inquire about excellent speaking opportunities and or be offered them. Oh, I could speak about this all day, but I've got a sneaky sense that you and your throat are feeling like you've just been through some sort of high impact workout. And for that, I am turned on, and I hope that you're turned on to speak to speak more in your business, about your business, to practice your elevator pitch, to speak with passion, to use more interesting words than just, I'm good at this, I'm a helper at that, I help. God, get out of the rhetoric and make up your own elevator pitch that is there to incite interest and intrigue, but is incredibly clear at the same time. Start speaking about your business in the affirmative. The next time your friend asks, how's your business going? Oh my God, if they say little business, you need to correct them. But when they say, how's your business going? Speak in the affirmative. Speak in a really powerful way about your business and to your business. Get used to it, working that muscle. Don't just go, this thing isn't happening and this happened with money last month and this is really bad, and speak in the affirmative, speak with confidence, give like a highlight reel. And it was really incredible when this opportunity happened and I had no idea it was going to happen. Or my latest client said this about the work. Really, really be careful how you speak about your business, and it makes it much easier to speak for your business when you inevitably have your own podcast, get on lives, become a podcast guest, get on stage as a speaker, paid or unpaid. Just know that this is a missing link for your business, and not stepping up into your natural speaking skills is keeping your business suspended in a kind of plateau. Crack this code and you will have a white hot business that feels powerful and pleasurable. Did I just leave you wanting more? I might have done that. I have more for you. Naturally, there's always more. And the more is called white hot permission. It is yours and it is on demand. In white hot permission, you not only get access to the turn on that is magnetism, but the turn on that is money. Both. And when it comes to making money in your business, are you in your little girl pleading, desperate, begging and convincing, hoping to be rescued, with your throat and voice wavering? Or are you completely magnetic, approaching money from the place of the woman who experiences power and pleasure and knows the power and pleasure that money can circulate? You are now entering behind the velvet curtain of my incredible body of work around money, energetics, and magnetism in business that has supported women to actualize and fulfill their legacy in new and exhilarating ways. In part 1, you get the money incubator and you will find 5 potent trainings. One of these trainings alone in this experience had one of my now private clients 5 times her monthly intake. To be clear, this is about rewiring to the frequency of money and being at ease within your personal operating system and unique design, so that you can make offers that really turn you on in your business. You're then going to sashay into part 2, the magnetism incubator. Oh, you thought money was good? Magnetism is going to blow your mind. You are going to claim access to one of my most powerful bodies of work, the magnetism sermon and dance. This is where you go beyond sitting and thinking to become magnetic. Not going to happen. You will actually experience magnetism coursing through your veins so that you can draw in from out there. I'm wondering what will be inevitable for you and your business when you give yourself permission to become a magnetic money maker. White hot permission is here for you, and the link, the only link that you need, is in the show notes.